Okay, yeah. Here we go. Alright, yeah. You alright there? Alright, look here. Wait. Will it start me over? Bam. Bam, I guess. Wait, this shit. Motherfucker. Oh, it's gonna make me start all over. That's. Come on. Not. Ah. Come on. You gotta be kidding me. And of course, let's do woodlands here. Well, base goods here. I see berry vegetable. Okay. This work. Okay. My God. Okay. Let's name it. Down. Say all black cat.
Safety. Once again, we'd like to offer our condolences to the friends and family of the victims of this tragic accident. My team and I have been here for about 2 days, and we've been working in the woods that you see that's just off to your left side. Now, the accident site is located in a fairly remote area a couple miles from here. One of the things that we've been doing over the last few days is charting the wreckage, looking to see where the wreckage path began and where it ended. Additionally, we've been examining the aircraft itself to determine whether or not things are either functional or non-functional, and anything that may have contributed to the accident or may be causal. Now, currently, while I'm speaking with you, we've got a 6-man crew that's doing wreckage recovery. And what they'll be doing is they'll be picking up the wreckage at this point. They'll be transporting it to a secure location where we can go ahead and look at the wreckage once again in depth under conditions.
Weaver. And I don't know. Wait to see.
2D reconstruction where we lay the wreckage out to scale, so that way we can examine it better.
There we go.
Now, some of the things that we've done since we last spoke with you is we've determined that the approach path, or approach angle, if you will, into the trees from the flight was very shallow. The aircraft hit at a very high speed, and after striking the trees, it fragmented. The wreckage path, which we initially got the information from the FAA, which they measured, initially we thought was about 100 yards long. We now know that it's double that.
There we go. Now we got our way into each of these. Okay, so now I have no idea what kind of here we go. So 6 lizards. I can get 10 planks. I'll do the plank. Alrighty, we got
It then traveled through the
complete
woods
2
3
glade
to 200
events,
yards
deliver
before
3
coming to
real
rest,
coast camp.
and it was subject to a post-crash fire.
Woods.
Our examinations have also indicated that there was no type of in-flight fire or in-type
Let's
explosion
see.
with the
Let's do that one.
We confirm that we have all
Need
4
6
corners of the
lizards.
helicopter. That means we've got the nose, we have the tail, and we have both sides. And it
Beavers
appears that
and
all
all.
major portions of the helicopter, airframe itself,
Okay,
and
let's see.
components are on scene.
Here we go.
All 4 main rotor blades and both tail rotor blades are there also.
Alright, here we go, Doug.
There are brakes in the main rotor blades that indicate that the helicopter's main rotor was turning when it impacted the trees.
Oh, okay.
It indicates that it was under power at the time.
Okay.
We've been able to establish drive train
Alright, let's see.
continuity
Now
on
we need to
the
get
helicopter.
a,
That means going from the transmission to the main rotor, and from the drive shaft that runs from
we
the
can
transmission
plank
to
some
tail
bricks
rotor.
here, so.
Both tail rotor blades are also on site. Both are also broken, which indicates that they did strike the trees under power or during rotation.
Bricks, jerky.
We looked at the transmission. The transmission is
Trade
functional.
goods.
We also looked at the chip
Let's do
detector,
that.
which is magnetic.
Plug
Which would
that
pick up
comes
any
in.
metal that was inside
comes
the
in
transmission
handy.
itself. And the magnetic chip detector is
Plantation.
clean. And there's no metallic debris
Okay.
on it. We looked at the engine,
Nothing
and the
for me
engine
to
displays
do
what
right
we call
now.
power signatures, which indicates that it was under power during the
There we
impact
go, this
sequence.
guy. That guy right there.
Now, currently, as they're recovering the wreckage, certain
Okay.
items will be placed off to one side for us when we do that 2D reconstruction. So we'll also be looking at the avionics
We gotta get
on the
through to
aircraft
some of
to
these
see
places
if there's
here.
anything that has what we commonly refer to as non-volatile memory. That means that memory that is stored without power and is automatically in the equipment itself that we might be able to download some flight data on. Now, as you know, the aircraft that taken
There you
off out of
go.
North Philadelphia was going on
Alright,
a
what we got here?
mission.
We got
And then was
broccoli
returned
patch,
to
fuel,
North
damn,
Philadelphia
okay, so
Airport.
get a forwarders camp over here.
Currently, we believe this was the third
Let's
flight of
see.
the day.
Small forwarders camp.
We also have been looking at the flight control system, and so far we've been able to get continuity from what we call the cyclics sticks, which provide pitch and roll
What we
through
got
the
here?
cockpit to the brakes in the system, and we've also been able to get
Granary,
continuity
light
through the
event,
collective.
and
And
the
it
shaking
appears that the
crit.
collective is at midpoint position.
Alright, large encampments. Okay, yeah, welcome new people. Let's get us some lizards here.
My team and I, as we told you before, once we
Here we
return to
go.
office in about 10 to 15 days, we'll produce a preliminary report that
Okay,
will
going away
facts,
from
conditions,
over
and
here.
circumstances as we know it up to this
Let's just
point,
shut this
and
one
is
down.
subject to change as we garner more information. The investigation will take approximately 18 months. At the end of the 18 months, a final report will be produced. Associated with that will be a public docket of
Boom,
materials,
shakalaka.
including graphs,
Yeah,
charts,
I'm looking at that.
photographs, and any tests and research that was done to support the investigation. About 60 to 90 days after that, the Safety Board, which is composed of the 5 members that are appointed by the President of the United States, will go ahead and issue a statement of probable cause. And at any time during this process, if we find anything of concern, either to the traveling public, the aerospace industry, we can go ahead and issue recommendations at any time. And with that, I have time for a few questions, and then I need to get back to work. Go ahead. Yeah, it's already going on right now. We're hoping that we'll be able to continue it up until at least nightfall. However, it does start getting dark here fairly early, like around right now, as you can tell, it's starting to get dusk. What happens, we'll continue to work as long as they have daylight. has responsibility for preservation of wreckage and records.
Yes, that's what we need.
They, on behalf
Now
of
we
the
only need
insurance company,
one
will be
more.
moving it to a secure
Let's see,
location
what do
because
we
the
get?
NTSB will be retaining it for further examination.
Chest of ancient tablets. Let's do that. Let's see. Bam, 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 bam. There we go.
What we're
Let's
saying
see.
is
Lost
that
supplies and unusual amount of supplies can be found at separate
automatically
lane.
assumes that what we look for is what's wrong. In actuality, we look for what's right. Okay, and by process of elimination,
Securing the daily scores.
that's how we make a determination of what occurred. So what we know is correct right now is we know we have the full structure of the aircraft. We know we have the drive.
Alright.
We know that the transmission does not have any metal in the chip detector. We know we have all
What have we here?
and that they are displaying impact damage indicative of them striking the trees. We have both tail rotor blades, which are separated, and both display impact damage with the trees. And we've looked at the engine, and what the engine is indicating right now is that it shows power signatures, which is indicative of it producing power at the time. Yeah, it's 200 yards. The initial impact point is near a fire break in the woods, and then continues for about 200
Bam, 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 bam.
Lighter stuff from the initial impact on the top of the trees, and as you go down the wreckage path towards the main wreckage, which is the main portion of the aircraft's
Encampment.
hull, or in this case, the cabin assembly. There is
Packs of provisions.
including the transmission, the engine, etc.
I've already got blades. Oh, well, we got that.
Archives to see if the pilot had ordered or had told of Mayday or an emergency on board.
As far as we know, we've done a preliminary examination of both ATC audio, okay, and ATC radar track, and what's known as ADSB, okay, which is automatic dependent surveillance broadcast, all right, which the aircraft transmits position, altitude, speed, etc. to air traffic control, and we've not found any evidence of any type of either emergency call or mayday.
Yesterday you mentioned the rough terrain being so dense providing a little bit of a challenge. Is that going to be an issue as you're now starting to
Provision.
No, it isn't.
Have officials yet possibly determined if there's like a, based on evidence, if there's any kind of indication of how quickly or how fast the aircraft struck the ground
Encampment.
when it hit, and what speed it might have been at?
Bam.
No, we haven't. No, okay.
Boom.
Time for one more question. Go ahead.
Alright.
Yeah, we found the majority of the main wreckage, the majority of the helicopter.
If I could get really quick one more question in.
We got
I know that the
one
report
hearth. Okay, blades.
have been closed off. With the trails that lead here to like Batstone Village, would they be reopened once the NTSB is finished here?
Trapper. Alright.
I can tell you they didn't.
These guys getting on there, getting moved here. So. Alright, we knocked that out. Yeah, that's a stone cut. You know what? We do need to let's do that. Yeah. foragers can't ever Oh, fuck. Alright, here we go. What we got here? Granary. Oh, we gotta fucking fix it. Good. Any. Alright, now okay, let's see. Now. Yeah. I can do this. Great favorite. Okay.
Randy Sutton, Lieutenant Randy Sutton.
Patch provisions.
Randy, thanks for being with us here. I know you've been on TV
I just
today
fucking built that.
discussing the importance of this. My first question
I
is,
ain't human.
how does this help wounded law enforcement
Blades
officers
again. Let's
nationwide?
see what else can I do?
Well, the Wounded Blue is
Pack
the
of trade
national
goods and
assistance
building
and
materials.
support
2 rain
organization for injured
collectors.
and disabled law enforcement
Good
officers.
Lord.
We are a nationwide charity, 501c3, and we have helped more than 14,000 American
I think I got a
law
rank
enforcement officers in the last 5 years that we have actually been
or something.
operational.
What the fuck is this shit? Cold vein.
More than 350 police officers.
You know what?
have
Let's
died this year alone, Andrew. And that doesn't count all the other injuries that these officers are sustaining in all kinds of other ways. You know, last year more than 60,000 police
What the fuck
officers
going on here?
were physically assaulted in the line of duty. That's an amazing number. So the Wounded Blue is made up of a peer support team, made up of police officers, everyone who's been shot, or stabbed, or beaten, or run over, or faced post-traumatic stress injury, come out on the other side of that test. Because the Wounded Blue understands that injuries don't have to be seen to be real. Because post-traumatic stress can be as real as a bullet. So our organization reaches out to those who have been injured or disabled in the line of duty and work to help them not walk that journey alone. The motto of our organization is never alone. Because many of these officers, once they get injured, were simply thrown away by the cities and the counties that employ them. And that is something that's not the American public, but we have some incredibly sad stories of officers who have literally been thrown away once they are no longer of use to the cities. And it's heartbreaking.
Just gotta keep moving on. What the fuck to do next? Honestly, let's see here. Oh my god. Packet trade good. Rain collector. Here we go.
Have decided to show their support for law enforcement by supporting the Wounded Blue. And we're talking some of the biggest names in country music right now. Travis, I actually have a guitar right here signed by Travis Tritt. And Travis Tritt is one of the artists. Got Jamie Johnson, Tracy Lawrence, Gary Allen, Aaron Lewis, Chris Young, Lee Greenwood. I mean, the list goes on and on and on of these amazing country artists who care about their voice. So we are so proud to have the support of these amazing musicians. And you know what this does is it shows the American public. It brings light to wounded and disabled police officers across the country. But it also shows something very important, that the American country musician shows their support for the police and isn't ashamed to do it. You know, in a time when we've seen so many people get canceled because of supporting law enforcement, these men and women are brave enough to step forth and say, not us. We're ready to show our love for law enforcement. And, you know, Yeah, Randy, I was just going to say, though, the guitars are going fast, and, you know, they're a little pricey for your average consumer. How much do one of these guitars cost if someone wants to buy that and put that donation forward to some of these wounded officers?
So the guitars themselves are $1,000, and but I believe me, we understand that a lot of people can't shell out $1,000, but they still want to show their support. So anybody can come to our website. It is thewoundedblue.org. That's thewoundedblue.org, and make a donation. Sign up for $10 a month, $20 a month, or whatever you guys can afford to do. Because believe me, our heroes, law enforcement, need heroes like you guys are watching to show your support. You know, it's a very tough time for law enforcement, and knowing that people care is a huge morale boost. So feel free to go to the Wounded Blue, see who we are, see what we do, donate it, and if you are a law enforcement officer, know that we are here for you. And reach out to us because we are literally the organization that helps injured and disabled officers across the country. A resource for every cop in America. Well, this is a way that we raise money. I mean, you know, we are a nationwide charity. We're not funded by anybody other than people who care about the police. And I want to say it very clear that I take all the money that comes in, except for one payment. We have a pyramid of more than 15 American law enforcement officers who've all been shot and they are back in the organization, even though their injuries may be debilitating. Still, they continue to serve and they so if you can support the Wounded Blue, you want a guitar? Guitars, number 4 cops, guitarsforcops.com. And if you want to support the Wounded Blue by giving it a donation,
Holy
go
shit.
to thewoundedblue.org.
Randy, you know, just before we came on here, you were telling me kind of offline that so many have been sold just today alone, you know, due to some of these interviews that you have been doing. So a positive effect there. And Randy Sutton, as always, we do appreciate, you know, everything that you have helped us here at Live Now with throughout the year. And we'll definitely talk in the new year, 2024. Randy Sutton, thanks so much.
Thank you for having me, Andrew. Fox News, you're my hero.
Thank you, Randy.
Continuing our coverage right now of the Israel-Hamas war. Live picture here out of southern Israel looking into Gaza. And there is a lot to get to, from hostage negotiations to the fighting in Gaza. We want to bring in right now Israeli Defense Forces spokesperson Lieutenant Colonel Peter Lerner. He joins us now. Lieutenant Lerner, thanks so much for coming on this evening. We really appreciate it. Let's first just begin with the latest in the Israeli offensive.
We are continuing our efforts against Hamas, dismantling and destroying them step by step, making sure that they never have the power to launch such a brutal attack as they did on October 7th. I can report this evening that we are extensively operating in the areas of Dar Tufah in the northern Gaza Strip. We've completed much of our efforts and are, I would say, shifting to a lower intensity in the north and some of the other areas where we've completed the major efforts. But we are, I would say, tearing back piece by piece, stage by stage, tunnel by tunnel, Hamas's capabilities throughout the Gaza Strip. The operations in the south, in Khan Yunis, are also ongoing, and we will continue to operate, and we will expand our efforts in other places as well.
What about the death toll in Gaza? It's being reported that it crossed 20,000 yesterday. Is that an accurate number?
So this is the Hamas Ministry of Health that is putting out. I don't trust anything Hamas has to say, whether it's their Ministry of Health or their Ministry of Death. From our perspective, every civilian death in this war is a tragedy nevertheless that lies on the shoulders of Hamas because they launched this war against us and they created a reality which we can't ignore. We cannot be expected not to defend our civilians because Hamas have chosen strategically as their concept of operations to place all of their terrorist assets in the civilian arena. They have weaponized the civilian arena.
Yeah, we've heard a lot of that, not knowing if those numbers are accurate coming out of the Palestinian Ministry of Health. Does IDF have a better idea of what that number might be?
So our estimates suggest that there are several thousands of Hamas terrorists that have been killed in our exchanges, in our battles, in our strategic efforts to dismantle Hamas, in our precision strikes against their assets, their leaders, from their battalion commanders, their brigade commanders, and the fighters. And it is a very substantial force, and of course, every day that goes by, we're engaging them more and more on the ground and defeating them on the battleground wherever they are.
We saw a report on Fox News that the Israeli defense minister said that the leader of Hamas in the Gaza Strip will, quote, meet the barrels of our guns soon. How close is the IDF to Hamas leadership?
So, of course, the prime minister of Hamas, the leader of this terrorist entity, his name is Yahya Sinwar. He has, and he is the mastermind of the massacre of the 7th of October. We will get to him, however long it will take. I would say that this operation, this war, the efforts, we're utilizing all of our capabilities, intelligence and operational capabilities. And I would say, the noose is closing around his neck.
And I want to ask you, too, you mentioned just a few moments ago the tunnel system in Gaza. I want to pull up this video posted by IDF on X. Obviously, we've seen this video that's been shared, a K9 that was running through another tunnel. Has the IDF found all of the major tunnels, do you think, or how many more do you think there could be under Gaza?
They have hundreds and hundreds of kilometers of tunnels that they've built over the last 16 years, precisely for this war effort they've established. The attacks that were conducted on the 7th of October were managed and controlled from this tunnel system, from the safe houses that they have beneath the ground in the different locations. So we are dismantling them, destroying them. One of the tunnels that we published today, we destroyed with 13 tons of explosives. Of course, there is much more, and we have to be patient. Dismantling this tunnel system is a very timely task, and we have to do it because we can't let them think that they have this advantage ever again. The reality, of course, Lexi, is that Hamas thought that the tunnel system would give them an advantage in the battleground. I would say this tunnel system is becoming more and more apparent that it is actually a death trap, not a place that they continue to live.
Yeah, those videos and images that you guys continue to share have been really eye-opening to see. I also want to pull up another statement from Access Live Now's Josh Breslin, who I believe you have spoken with before. But we've been reporting today on the American-Israeli who died in Hamas captivity. Can you tell us anything more about this individual that died?
Our intelligence suggests that he was killed in captivity by Hamas. I can't really elaborate beyond that. It's just one of the tragic stories of the 240 Israelis and foreign nationals that were abducted on that terrible day of the 7th of October. Their families, of course, are torn to pieces. And Gadi Hagai is just one more of those stories. It's a very, very sad reality of this conflict. Today, there are still 128 hostages being held by Hamas. It is one of the reasons that we continue our war effort. We are determined to bring them home, every last one of them.
Yeah, so tragic. Anytime we get an update like this, the harsh reality of what's continuing to happen. And speaking of the hostages who are still in captivity, the big question still remains over the negotiations. And I want to ask you, too, about the role that IDF has in this, or at least trying to advise the negotiators as this conversation continues.
So we are utilizing all of our intelligence and operational capabilities in order to create the operational opportunity to bring home the hostages. This is in parallel to the efforts to conduct negotiations in order to bring them home by alternate means. We did, in the last week of November, hold up a flag, potentially putting ourselves at risk in order to enable a deal,
No,
diplomatic
man,
route
it's not.
in order to try and create the circumstances to bring back everyone else. Of course, from our perspective, we understand that Hamas will only negotiate when they feel that they have no choice. That situation will only come out of our military force and the pressure that they will be under.
And switching our attention now to northern Israel, how is the fighting on that front in regards to Hezbollah in Lebanon?
Hezbollah are trending a very, I would say, very, very fine lines over the last 2.5 months. They have almost every day been escalating their attacks against us,
Hellfire.
conducting attacks with
That is
anti-guided
fucking good,
missiles,
boy.
killing Israelis, killing soldiers, killing civilians. They have attempted
damn
a
it.
couple of times to infiltrate into Israel. They've launched rockets and
Oh,
and
hell.
drones,
Yeah, see, I done
drone
fucked up.
capabilities
That's
into
it.
Israel.
That's gonna be end game.
We are on a defensive
Yep.
posture in principle.
Need for
But
clothing.
of course, conducting preemptive
Well, I
strikes
don't have
against the
enough
enemy,
fucking
against
units.
Hezbollah,
Well,
and also
ranch.
responding when there
Ranch.
are any
I ain't got a
attacks
fucking
against
pro.
us.
I could go.
We are,
Here.
I think, the most
About
important
fucking
message
trait.
that I can say is, first of
Can't do
all, to
that.
Hezbollah,
Why?
look very carefully how Hamas is paying a
More
very dear
humans.
price for
Bam.
judging us and making a
Oh,
very dire
fucking
mistake when
hurry
they
stack.
attacked us on the 7th of October.
Do this.
And also to the government of Lebanon, they need to take control of Hezbollah and make sure that they do not attack us. Lebanon will pay a very dear price as well if this situation
Is that where I gotta be to win
deteriorates
right
further.
there?
And it's also important
Bam.
to remember, though, Hezbollah isn't independently operating.
Bam.
Hezbollah, like the Houthis from Yemen,
Holy shit.
are acting at the beck and call of Iran.
No,
Iran is
only I
pulling the
could get
strings,
a fucking
trying to divert our attention away from Hamas in the Gaza Strip.
hey,
And this is why we are seeing an increase in tensions and aggression against us from both north and south.
And you just mentioned the Houthi
fucking
rebels.
farm.
I wanted to ask you about that too, the attacks on commercial vessels. What else can you say about what the
Ruins.
IDF is monitoring there?
So the Houthis are
Forced
a
out.
threat to
Fucking
stability not
dog.
only in Israel, but as you
Fucking
pointed out,
Oh,
neighborhoods.
fuck.
And as we see, they've conducted attacks and hijacked ships as well. They are a threat to peace in the region and beyond. They need to be dealt with. From our perspective, we have lots of capabilities, but we believe that as an international threat, it should be challenged by the international
Pretty good.
efforts. And we
Let's
see
say.
that happening now with the US and the coalition that US has brought around together in that. From our perspective, when
Right.
the Houthis are launching cruise missiles towards Israel, then we're taking our defensive aerial defense capabilities and we're meeting that threat every single time.
Lieutenant Lerner, we can't say enough how much we appreciate you coming on this evening. Is there anything else that you would like to share with us about anything involving the war? Obviously, to be able to speak with you and to get direct insight from the IDF is
Okay.
so important
Bam.
to us and to our viewers who are listening.
Lexi, we are
Pack
coming
of
into the
crops.
holiday season. We all hope that this holiday
What about
brings
leather?
peace. Unfortunately, the neighbors here, Hamas,
Water
Hezbollah, the Houthis,
skins.
they don't have any intention on
My
giving us in the
goods.
region
Leather
any
too.
peace. We need to be strong. We intend on being strong.
Trade
we intend
route.
on restoring safety and security to
Dishes.
the people of
We
Israel.
move for
That's our
yeah, no
obligation, and
time
that's
to
what we will do.
departure.
IDF spokesperson Lieutenant
Oh,
Colonel
fuck.
Peter
I'm
Lerner
so
joining
close
us
to
here
not
online now from
actually
Fox.
this.
Lieutenant Lerner, thank you
That's
so much
nuts.
for your time this evening. We'll be talking
Okay.
with you soon and continue to stay safe. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Lexi.
I don't think it's gonna fucking happen. My back would probably be. Oh, that's wow, a bunch of people fucking died, didn't they? Flour barrels, packaged goods, nothing here, jerky, pottery, instant. Pack of crops, are you fucking kidding me? No. got fucking roads, man. Bam, 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 bam. Damn. Come on, motherfucker. Go, 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 go. Oh, this is gonna be a close one, but that should go on.
This is unconscious. Malta strongly condemns these attacks. The use of chemical weapons by anyone under any circumstances is reprehensible and completely contrary to the legal norms and standards of the international community. With Resolution 2118, the Council unanimously established that use of chemical weapons must be held accountable. Ensuring accountability for these acts is ensuring justice. It is the right thing to do. It signals our resolve to prevent
That's
such
it.
acts from happening again.
Some
It's
of
our
my
duty and responsibility as council
Alright, well,
members to work towards this
we're
end.
getting closer now.
President, 10 years after acceding to the Chemical Weapons Convention, Syria has not declared or destroyed all its chemical weapons stockpiles. This is unacceptable. The two latest reports from the OPCW have shown an alarming development. Analysis of the samples collected by the Declaration Assessment Team during its limited in-country deployment in April revealed, and I quote, the presence of indicators of several chemical warfare agents were not declared at two sites, end quote. Moreover, the Syrian Arab Republic failed to provide the Secretariat with an explanation within the requested timeline and submitted the related note verbal over a month later on 23rd November. This is deeply concerning. We look forward to the translation and analysis of such explanations by the Secretariat. President, in September, the OPCW Technical Secretariat issued a note highlighting that the unresolved outstanding issues in Syria's initial declaration are of a serious concern. It also stated that such issues could raise doubts of undeclared stockpiles and activities in the country. Regrettably, those concerns seem to have been well-founded. We take note of the convening without conditions of the 25th round of the consultations between the DAT and the Syrian national authorities between 30th October and 5th November. This is a positive step. At the same time, we urge the Syrian Arab Republic to continue to cooperate with the Technical Secretariat and to submit all the requested documents to close all outstanding issues of its initial declaration. As the OPCW report indicates, the declaration still cannot be considered accurate and complete in accordance with the Chemical Weapons Convention and Resolution 2118. The lack of progress on this front is deplorable, and Syria bears complete responsibility for it. In closing, President, we reaffirm our full support to the OPCW Secretariat and its technical teams. They carry out their mandate independently and impartially and in accordance with the international standards. The OPCW plays a crucial role in the implementation of the global prohibition of chemical weapons and ensuring the complete elimination of all chemical weapons in Syria. I thank you.
I thank the representative of Malta for her statement, and I give the floor to the representative of France.
Merci, Monsieur le Président.
Thank you, Mr.
Je
President.
remercie Monsieur Ebot
I
pour
would
son
like to
exposé.
thank Mr.
Je
Ebo for
profite
his
aussi de cette
briefing
occasion
and
pour
also take this
féliciter la
opportunity
présidence
to congratulate the Ecuadorian
sa
presidency
présidence ce mois-ci.
for your presidency this
Monsieur le
month.
Président,
Mr.
plus de
President,
10 ans se sont
more
écoulés
than
depuis
10 years
l'adhésion de la
have
Syrie
passed
à la
since Syria
Convention sur
joined the
l'interdiction
Chemical
des armes
Weapons
chimiques.
Convention.
Plus de 10 ans après,
More than
la
10
Syrie
years
ne
afterwards,
respecte toujours
Syria
pas
is
les
still not
obligations qu'elle a
respecting its
contractées en
obligations that
rejoignant
it
cet
undertook
instrument.
when rejoining
Elle
this
ne se conforme
instrument.
pas davantage à la
Neither
résolution
does it abide
2118
by
adoptée
Resolution
par ce Conseil.
2118 adopted by this
La Syrie a
Council.
employé des armes
Syria has
chimiques contre
employed
sa
chemical
propre
weapons
population,
against its
y
own
compris après
population,
son adhésion à la
including after
CIS.
joining the
Des
CWC.
rapports indépendants du
Independent
mécanisme
reports
d'enquête
of
des Nations
the
Unies
United
et de
Nations
l'Organisation pour l'interdiction des
investigative
armes chimiques
mechanism
l'ont
and the
documenté
Organization
à
for the
9
Prohibition
reprises.
of Chemical Weapons have
L'emploi d'armes
documented this
chimiques,
9
des
times.
armes de destruction
Use of
massive
chemical
contre des
weapons,
populations
weapons of mass
civiles
destruction
constitue un
against
crime de
civilian
guerre et un
populations
crime contre
constitute a war
l'humanité.
crime and a crime against
Des faits d'une
humanity.
telle gravité
Such
ne doivent
serious
pas
acts
rester
must not
impunis.
go unpunished.
À cet égard,
In
la
this
France
regard, France
continuera de
continues
soutenir
to
avec ses
support, together
partenaires,
with our
les travaux
partners,
visant à
the
établir
work
les faits,
aimed at
identifier les
establishing the
responsables
facts,
d'emploi
identifying
d'armes
those
chimiques
responsible for
et
using chemical weapons,
permettre qu'ils rendent
and
compte de
ensuring
leurs
that
actes.
they are held
En
accountable for
outre,
their
le
acts.
régime syrien ne fait
Moreover,
toujours
the
pas
Syrian
preuve de la
regime
transparence
does still
indispensable
not
sur
provide
l'état de ses
indispensable
stocks d'armes
transparency
chimiques
on
et sur
its
ses
chemical
installations de
weapons
fabrication.
stockpiles and its
Sa
production
déclaration
facilities.
nationale sur le
Its
sujet
national
demeure
declaration
lacunaire.
on this matter remains
En octobre
incomplete.
dernier,
Last
après plus de
October,
2 ans de
after more than
délai
2
et
years of
d'obstruction de la
delays
part
and
de la
obstruction
Syrie,
on the part of
un
Syria,
25e cycle de
a
consultation
25th
s'est tenu
cycle of
entre les autorités
negotiations was held
syriennes et
between the
l'équipe du
Syrian
secrétariat de
authorities
l'OIAC
and
de la
the
part de la
secretariat
chargée
on the
d'évaluer la
part of
déclaration
CCW
initiale.
tasked with assessing
Les questions soulevées
the
par cette
initial
déclaration
declaration.
n'ont cependant pas
Issues
été
raised by
résolues.
this declaration,
Dans son
however,
dernier
have not been
rapport diffusé en
resolved.
novembre,
In the last
le
report
directeur
issued in
général de
November, the Director
l'OIAC
General of the
souligne que la
OPCW
déclaration de la Syrie
underscores that
ne
the
peut
Syria's
toujours pas être
declaration
considérée
can
comme
still not
exacte
be
et
considered
complète
as exact
au
or
regard des
complete
exigences
with
de la
regard to
CIAC
the
et de la
requirements of the
résolution
CWC and Resolution
2118.
2118.
Nous réitérons
We
notre
reiterate
soutien
our
aux équipes du
support for the
secrétariat et nous
secretariat
appelons
teams,
de nouveau
and
le
we once
régime
again
syrien
appeal
à
to the
coopérer
Syrian
pleinement
government to
avec
fully
celle-ci.
cooperate with them.
La Syrie doit se
Syria must
conformer à
meet
ses
its
obligations au
obligations
titre de la
under the
CIAC si
CWC
elle souhaite
if it
recouvrir
wishes
ses
to
droits et
regain its
privilèges
rights and
en tant
privileges
qu'État
as a
partie
state
qui
party,
ont été
which was
suspendus en
suspended in
2021 du fait de
2021
ces
due
violations
to
répétées de la
repeated
Convention.
violations of the convention.
Au regard du manque
With
de
regard to the lack
coopération
of
persistant
the
de la
persistent
Syrie
lack
avec
of
l'OIAC,
cooperation between
nous
Syria
saluons
and the
la décision
OPCW,
adoptée
we
par la
welcome the
28e
decision
conférence
adopted at
des
the
États
28th
parties à la
Conference of the
CIAC
Parties of the
pour appeler les
CWC,
États à
calling
prendre
upon
des mesures
states to take collective
collectives
measures
afin
in order
d'empêcher
to
le transfert
prevent
vers la
the
Syrie
transfer to
de
Syria
produits chimiques
of
toxiques,
toxic chemical
de leurs
products,
précurseurs
their
et de
precursors,
matériel de
materials
fabrication
for
de
the
produits
manufacture
chimiques à
of
double usage.
dual-use chemical products.
La détention
The
et
possession
l'emploi
and
d'armes
use
chimiques
of
par la
chemical
Syrie
weapons by
continuent de
Syria
constituer
continues to
une menace
constitute
pour la
a
paix,
threat
la sécurité et l'architecture de
peace, security,
non-prolifération.
and the
Ces
non-proliferation
menaces
architecture.
continuent de
These threats
nécessiter
continue to
une
require vigilance
vigilance
on the part of the
accrue du
Council.
Conseil et la France
Increased vigilance
maintiendra
on the
son
part of the
engagement
Council,
à
and
ce
France
sujet
will maintain
avec ses
its
partenaires.
commitment to this
Je vous
matter
remercie.
together with our partners. I thank you.
Agradezco a la representante de Francia por su
Representative of
explicación.
France for her
Tiene ahora la
statement.
palabra el
Give floor to the
representante de
representative of Brazil.
Thank you, Mr. President. I thank Mr. Abel for his briefing, and I welcome the representatives of Syria, Iran, and Turkey to this meeting. Today's meeting takes place after decision C28/DEC.12 was adopted by the Conference of States Parties of the OPCW on November the 30th. The decision in question was adopted by a very contentious vote in which the majority of member states either voted against or chose to abstain or to be absent. This result clearly demonstrates how this decision failed to garner broad support. It was not subjected to previous consultations or negotiations or to a prior decision by the Executive Council, a clear circumvention of its mandate. It represents another dangerous step towards the erosion of support in an organization that was once based on consensus. Brazil abstained in the adoption of that decision out of the conviction that it runs counter the mandate of the OPCW and worked at cross purposes to our efforts to shore up the credibility of the organization. The result of the voting also indicates that this concern is shared by a growing number of states and merits serious reflection. The OPCW currently faces a crisis of credibility, as evidenced by the recurrent questions raised in relation to inspection activities in Syria. We believe that these issues must be properly and unequivocally addressed by the OPCW with a view to breaking the current cycle of counterproductive controversies and to preserving the credibility of the organization. Throughout this year, Brazil has been making concrete proposals to this end in the policy-making bodies of the OPCW, which thus far have not been heeded. We deeply regret that instead of addressing these issues, The decision will contribute to furthering distrust and increasing divides that run through the membership of the organization. PCW is an essential part of the disarmament architecture.
Oh, come on.
Reloading!
God.
Transparency, impartiality, and technical rigor. Only this will provide the basis for the attribution of responsibility by the United
We don't move till everybody regroups.
as the competent body to deliver on this task. Repeated calls for criminal investigations and proceedings prior to attribution by the council take us further
Everybody needs to regroup.
to true accountability and to the resolution of this file. Enhanced cooperation between Syria and the OPCW Technical Secretariat remains our
Follow
best
us.
hope for
Captain,
closing
the civilians are here.
technical
They're
file
armed.
and for preventing
All right, listen
and
up.
deterring
We're
any
evacuating the
future
wounded via
uses
chopper.
of
We've got
these
multiple
weapons.
swarms inbound and we're stretched to a breaking point.
Reiterates once again its
I need
condemnation
every
of
able
the
gun
use
defending the
or
hospital
threat
until
of
everyone's
use
out.
of chemical weapons
Copy that.
anywhere by
Fuck!
anyone
It's wide open!
under any circumstance.
Good enough.
Everybody, check this
Any
out.
use of such weapons represents a serious threat to international peace and security and a hideous breach of international law, as well as of all moral and ethical universal
Dan had the right
standards.
idea. Stock up and sit it out.
Agradezco al representante de Brasil por su declaración.
We're about to die.
Declaración formular una declaración de capacidad.
Got some defenses.
As the representative of Ecuador,
Empiezo por agradecer la disposición informada.
Well, where the fuck do I set it up at?
Ebo,
Director y adjunto
Director and Deputy
de la alta
to the High
representante para
Representative
asuntos.
of the United Nations
Where the fucking
for
mortars
Foreign
at?
Affairs for this
Apreciamos los esfuerzos de la
briefing.
Organización para la
Appreciate the
Prohibición de las
efforts of
Armas
the organization for the prohibition of
Oh.
chemical weapons of PCW to provide
Shut up. Infector! I took down the infector. Picked up a defense kit.
Ah! There we go.
work together are the best mechanisms to obtain positive results in this matter.
I set up an auto tour.
Also concerned about the results of the sample analyses taken by the assessment
Auto
team
turret
of
ready.
2023, which could point to undeclared activities in these places where the samples were collected. We look forward to the report of the Technical Secretariat on this incident.
I need all fire on that stadium. Elvis 12, on approach. Flare. Sergeant Pembry, come on.
Oh!
Swarm.
Resolution 20.
Pembry, do you read? Somebody grab the flare gun and fire it into that goddamn swarm.
Fire in the hole!
Target acquired. Here it comes. Damn! That in Manhattan. Circling around for reinforcement. Hold for my signal.
Who wants more? Anyone have a med kit? I'm okay.
Elvis 12 is ground unit. Still coming around. Stand by.
They're coming. Reloading. Bull's finally down.
Oh shit.
Anybody else? Reloading. Heads up.
Oh shit.
Get it off.
Shit. Shit.
This thing is on me. Help. I'm on the ground.
Fucking way. There they come.
Meds. I need meds. Need meds. Need him now.
Get him now.
Help me.
Who's next?
Somebody help.
I see a creeper.
Bull's gonna charge. Hang on. Okay, that's up.
by the representative of the UK. The Syrian National Authority provided all the facilitations necessary for the team and cooperated with them to make the mission a success. Third, the Syrian National Authority agreed to extend the tripartite agreement between the Syrian Arab Republic, the OPCW's Technical Secretariat, and the UN Office for Broad Project Services for an additional period of 6 months in order to facilitate the tasks and activities in Syria. Fourth, the Syrian National Authority submitted all documents covering the OPCW's Technical Secretariat's inquiries about the dual-use material that was seen by the inspection team at the Scientific Studies and Research Center during the 9th inspection round. It also continues discussions with the SSRC's employees and the Technical Secretariat to provide the necessary clarification. Fifth, the Syrian Arab Republic welcomed the Technical Secretariat team's conduct of the 10th inspection visit to the SSRC during the period from the 1st to 6th December of this month, which was the first in 2023. The Syrian National Authority has provided all the necessary facilities and information for the success of the team's mission. We look forward to issuing the final report to the team, which should reflect the cooperation and facilitation provided by Syria to the team. Mr. President, Syria holds the Western countries accountable for the negative effects that will happen to the present and future of the OPCW as a result of the imposition on the Organization of Resolution of increased division and polarization. My country calls for commitment to the provisions of the CWC and calls on the Secretariat to commit to the CWC and conduct a comprehensive review of its approach and reports and not to allow itself to be a vehicle to serve the goals of a group of countries. Syria reaffirms that it has implemented all its obligations towards the OPCW and its categorical condemnation of the use of chemical weapons by anyone, anytime, anywhere, in